Now, it differs from our silo map in a few places. There are lines that are coming from outside the silo walls. There's something on the IT level and something on judicial.
Any idea what they are?
I found this in Juliet Nichols' apartment.
If I was him, I wouldn't be telling Bernard everything. And I think that we're going to see where Kyle finds out something or discovers something. He's not going to. Why would you tell Bernard everything? He's not going to let you free.
Nope.
Especially now that you know so much. Like, he's liable to kill you.
Yeah, and I think Kyle is going to be the reason if Juliet gets back into their silo. I think he's going to be the reason why. Like,
hello and welcome to another edition of the New Watchers on the Wall. We're discussing Silo.
Episode 5.
And boy, there's a lot of shit going on.
It's getting good, y'all. It's getting good. It's going
Bernard,
down in the silo.
Bro, it's going down. And Bernard is losing his mind. And Bernard is really showing how bad of a person he truly, truly, truly is.
He is diabolical.
Straight up diabolical. And it still makes me mad that they killed Judge Meadows and that she didn't recognize that the kind of caliber person he was, because he's a piece of crap, to be honest about it. So let's go ahead and talk about our top 5 moments. And I would say probably one of them is the change in relationship that we see between Sims, Camille, and Bernard. And in particular, that kitchen scene where they were in there talking and Bernard is just somehow in their house. And literally it was an intimidation
like
factor
a power move, you know?
Like, basically, I can be where I want to be and you won't know I'm here.
Or you can't stop me from getting into where I want to be.
Yeah, that was crazy. And to be in their kitchen cooking up coffee.
Or attempting.
Yeah, which was really crazy.
My own coffee. I don't speak about Mayor Johns often, but she always made her own coffee. She said doing the everyday tasks of...
And then this is when we see he's kind of upset because he knows that Sims was the one that tried to undermine Judge Meadows, which forced him to pull his hand and have to kill her.
And I'm just like, is that that's what we're doing? You're going to blame Sims for that? You didn't have to do that.
Yeah.
You know, Meadows is super smart. You guys could have came up with some type of plan. If anything, she is a consummate political strategist. I don't think that there would have been any dire consequence that they would have faced had he just kept her alive. Yeah, it was really threatening and unsettling. And he starts talking about, the pact, or Camille starts talking about the pact, and we read it every night. We believe in the silo, all this, propaganda that they are spewing back at him. And he's like, okay, cool. That's what I want to hear. I don't really believe it, but I need Sims. You're really important to the silo. I don't trust you.
Yep.
And I'm taking that privilege of you being my shadow away, but I'm going to make you a judge, which is really kind of a punishment for Sims, because not only is he not the shadow, but he wants to be in the action. He wants to be behind that camera controlling things. He doesn't want to have to be. He's sticking him in a bureaucratic place where he could be watched and he could be kind of controlled.
Yeah. And then on top of that, it's kind of a position, like a figurehead position, where it truly, under Bernard, the judge really doesn't have power because he's the one still making all the decisions.
Keep your enemies close, I guess.
Yeah. And then I would say definitely another incredibly interesting part, which was Bernard forcing Lucas to work for him and to retrieve.
Yes, I recognize. I smashed it because it's a red level relic, and it likely contains dangerous information. But now I no longer have the luxury of ignorance. I need you to find out what is on it.
Information from the broken relic. And what's crazy is that he's almost like blackmailing him, making him do all of this work and not even really
him back to the mind. It's like Kyle Lucas can't get a break, man. Like, this guy he's going through it. Like, he's completely lost.
And working him. He's lost and working him. And then, like you said, you do all his work and I'll let you stay a day up here. Like, he's not even like reducing time on his sentence or anything like that. But what comes is really interesting from him being able to crack the code, so to speak, is that he's able to look up all of these schematics of the silo. And Bernard is blown away because it shows things that he wasn't aware. It looks like there's power lines that run out.
Differs from our silo map in a few places. There are lines that are coming from outside the silo walls. There's something on the IT level and something on judicial.
Any idea what they are?
No, there's something else there at the very bottom of the silo.
What is it?
A tunnel?
Where does it go?
I have no idea.
Side to the ground from the silo. It looks like there's a tunnel all the way at the bottom.
And we're gonna talk about those two importance of those two things later.
Yeah.
But
what's the thing that stood out to me is that why does Bernard not know these things? He should know these. He should know some of these things, and it's shocking that he's like, "Wow, what is this?" But then the other thing too, Kyle. If I was him, I wouldn't be telling Bernard everything, and I think that we're going to see where Kyle finds out something or discovers something. He's not going to. Why would you tell Bernard everything? He's not going to let you free.
Nope.
Especially now that you know so much, like he's liable to kill you.
Yeah, and I think Kyle is going to be the reason if Juliet gets back into their silo. I think he's going to be the reason why. Like he's going to somehow help with that.
Mm-hmm.
So let's talk about
Solo and the truth revealed.
Oh my God, he had a man fit,
and we see that Solo is not who he said he was, and something about that guy never sat right with me.
No. I was like, this guy, he is the shadow. I don't think so.
Yeah.
Because it was like I said before, he seems a bit childish to me, and I don't think he would have been trusted. I don't think he was actually the shadow.
No, he wasn't. And it said because Julie, when she's looking for that mask, because she's still in the process of trying to create this suit in the mask, Solo hides the fact that he had access to a mask, but somebody took it. So then that's when we see Julie looking for it, and she's going through different rooms in the silo, and she discovers the real photo of the real Solo.
Mm-hmm.
And then she also discovers Solo's I think his real name.
Oh yeah.
And then she confronts him about this, and Solo loses his damn mind, and
he's like ego tripping almost.
And it makes you wonder, how did Solo get access to the vault? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because if he wasn't the shadow, like you said, he doesn't seem like he has the mental aptitude and all of that to be the guy in the vault managing all that important information and details. I can't wait to figure out how the hell he even got up in there. You know what I'm saying?
And even before then, he said, gave information about to Juliet about the silo. Like, how do we have your generators underwater? How do we have lights? And he's like, well, IT has its own power source from outside. And it made me think, okay, do they have people who would go outside of the silo to deal with that power? And then also too, so there has to be some heat that tape Juliet used to stay alive outside. And then also I'm wondering, are there solar panels outside? Because unless there's nuclear, no, there can't be nuclear power, right? It has to be like
I wonder why the silo got flooded. I wonder if they use hydropower to generate electricity.
Yeah.
Because when they said that silo got flooded, maybe they have they're using water to generate electricity.
Yeah.
But I'm curious to see where this is going with this guy, because he's obviously not who he said he was.
Mm-hmm.
And then we're gonna have to learn a lot about him because Julie collapsed. And she's unconscious.
She's got a wound and it's probably infected, and she's not doing too good.
Yeah, so Solo's gonna have to help her. So I'm curious to see, does Julie make it into the damn the vault?
Yeah.
Because it ain't like he could care. Where else he gonna care for her at?
I don't know. So let's talk about Juliet's father.
Yep. I love that scene.
I think we called this. I think the first or second episode we watched it.
Mhm.
And in a really pivotal moment, Juliet's father, we can't remember his name. We'll just call him Doc. Becomes the focus, and he stands up to the leadership, to Bernard,
And because Bernard wants him to assist with helping to quell the unrest in the silo, because a lot of it is
Calling a
dealing.
doctor, but I guess it's his
It's
daughter.
his daughter. So if he's able to get him to say, look, make a speech or something and calm the people down, and he kind of bribes him because he has some of Juliet's things, and thinking that, oh, if I give you this, I'm gonna bribe you. You're gonna help and support me.
And he
And
says no.
And he stands up and he says a powerful statement. He says, I've lost everything. I've lost my wife. I lost my son. And I lost my daughter. And I lost my damn personal dignity because the whole time I've been a doctor, you guys had me down here.
Do no harm.
Yes, you got me down here lying, falsifying shit, making people think that they can get pregnant. Like, that's got to weigh in on you. And it's like, dude, you taking everything from me.
I just want to be clear. If I don't help you, what happens? There is nothing left for me to lose, is there? The silo has taken my son, my wife, and now my daughter. I wasn't tending to the wounded out of a sense of duty to the silo. I was trying to reclaim some sense of professional integrity. I was trying to...
including my dignity. Why would I dare do anything else for you or with you?
And Bernard, you can tell on his face, like, he doesn't understand this. Like, it doesn't compute to him that he would not want to help the silo in this way.
Yeah.
Because he's been doing it, right?
Yep.
And then I think also something clicks in Bernard's head is like, oh, I don't have anything over this man. I can't control him because he's lost everything. There's nothing that I can give him.
And that's the most dangerous man. The most dangerous man in the world is a man that has nothing to live for.
Nothing to lose and nothing to live for.
And I think that we're probably going to see him be instrumental, because we saw what happened with Patrick and Paul Billings. We find out a couple of things: that he is alive, that Sims didn't do what the fuck he said he was going to do, which is help him lose his memory. But my favorite thing what he said is, he was like, look, I'm going to tell you what the things you want to know, and I'm also going to tell you some shit that you probably don't want to know. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
And I was like, damn, so he has some good information. And I would not be surprised if we see Juliet's father. He's the one helping get him back on his feet and getting him back together, because as we can see, he's turning toward that side. Not that he's a rebel, but he's being sympathetic toward the cause. And we all know how that's going to happen.
Yeah.
So I think that this was another really good episode.
Yeah.
They're pushing it forward. I love everything about this show except how dark this shit be. Like, you cannot watch this show in the daytime. That and Meadows is gone. Yeah.
I miss that sexual tension she grows.
The sexual tension.
She was just so self-possessed. I love that about Meadows,
Yeah.
So I miss Meadows.
Yeah. I mean, really, a really solid episode, guys. What were your thoughts on the episode?
I know we're late, but swim meets.
No, we ain't that late. It came out on Friday, so we're still doing good. You know what I'm saying? Last week we put it up a day before to do that. So we're still doing good. So, guys, leave a comment. What are your thoughts about this episode? And don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. And we will see you in the new video, because our watch has ended.